Hi, my name is Ben Reed and I'm a 3 times exited founder and I've lost 5 million twice. So let me give you some background in exactly what I mean by that. So in 2022, we started our Series A capital raise. We launched our business in June 2020 and had fantastic results since inception. During that period, we achieved in our first year 3.2 million and in our second 6.9. And in between that, we managed to raise capital from VC, around 600k from both VCs and high net worths. However, when we went to kick off our Series A capital raise, we got off to what I believe was a fantastic start. Ultimately, we spent many weeks preparing documents, financial forecasts, pitch decks, practicing those pitch decks, ensuring our data room is ready, the list goes on. And we went to market to raise 5 million to help us grow in the UK, but also start our international expansion. And after all the preparation, we kicked off outreach, and within around 6 weeks, we managed to achieve 2 full offers for the whole 5 million from 2 separate VC firms. One offer was slightly better than the other, and we decided to accept that offer and keep the other one warm. The VC that we initially accepted was a large VC who's managed to invest in some large household names across the UK and Europe, and we were really excited to move forward with them. Post accepting, receiving term sheet, accepting term sheet, you go into what they call due diligence. Due diligence is ultimately a formality that allows them to really get under the bonnet of the business and understand all of the fundamentals, ensure what you're saying in terms of the business model, the financials, etc. is correct. And during that, everything was going extremely well. A number of back and forths for 4 to 6 weeks to understand the business, and we ticked a lot of boxes. Post that phase, we went on to a phase called Final Investment Committee, and that's when, unfortunately, they said no. They didn't say no due to the business. During the time, we'd just got out the back end of COVID, still in the middle of it, I guess, and there was a lot of concern about the consumer category and how much inflation, etc., may impact that category. Every time you turn on the news, there was a new issue. Oil prices, energy prices, flight prices, consumable prices, the list goes on. And that led to the first VC firm, unfortunately, withdrawing their offer. We then went on back to the second and accepted their offer to shortly find the same decision. Both companies had withdrawn their 5 million on further investment into my company. So this led to what I believe was probably midway through 2022, and we had to start the process again, this time a very different environment. VCs were very scared to deploy capital into most businesses, but particularly into consumer-facing businesses due to the news, the environment, and effectively what we were seeing on the news every day. So unfortunately, I had to start at position number 1 and start knocking on doors again. So we went back to people we'd spoken to previously, we went back to new investors that we hadn't yet reached out to and started that process again. Unfortunately, we were hearing the same feedback from each and every one of them. However, our approach changed when I managed to speak to one of the largest chains within our industry, and we managed to discuss a merger in which they acquired my brand for 30 million. Fortunately, that was successful. We managed to agree heads of terms in late 2022, exchange contracts in 2023, and complete the merger in 2024. However, what I learned from this is resilience, and I do touch a little bit on that in my journey video that I posted last week, but you need to be resilient. You need to know when to pivot. You need to know when to ultimately never give up and keep pushing. And if I didn't have that in me, there could have been many times where I decided not to not to start again, just continue with organic growth, for ultimately, in my last startup, I mentioned in my previous video, give up. And cliche, but I think the nature of this video is really don't give up, because you never know what's on the other side of the door. So that's a little story of how I lost 5 million twice, and it did lead to success in the end, but ultimately you've got to keep on trying to get there. And I'm going to do a lot of videos about my journey, different segments of it, whether it's capital raising, growth, how we achieve those results. And I've left the link below so you can book a call with me to see if I can help you achieve some of the results that I've had to date. So to touch on that, if you haven't seen my journey video, I've had 5 startups to date. 3 of them I've successfully exited, and 2 of them unfortunately failed, but there's been a lot of lessons learned from those. So if you're interested in booking a call with me and finding out how I can exactly help you, the link's below, and I look forward to speaking to you.